All right, we're back, guys. What a wonderful game number one. That was one of those ones for the ages. We just had a very intense base trade scenario play out in a very strange way, but now we're in map 2. And again, I stress, this is only like the decider match to determine who goes to the winner's match, who goes to the loser's match. So still quite a bit more ahead of us. Spawning, though, in the top right corner of the map, it's going to be the teamless blue Terran player, GuMiho.
He never left as the red Zerg. It's Yoey Flash Wolves Leenock.
So, as crazy as that game was, to get a little bit more like down to earth about what happened, I thought that was really, really cool. The way he chose to take that final engagement. He recognized there was only like one building bet left. All he had to do was make it burn, and he was going to win that game.
I don't know if GuMiho would ever win that game just because he had to play Ring Around the Rosie against Leenock, who kept having like a lot of minerals.
I don't think it was the Ring Around the Rosie that killed him, but it was like the insistence of just getting away from his buildings. Like, if he had played that slower, like it's painstakingly slow too, but if he had played that slower, maybe it goes different. Because it's not like when you see Protoss base trade and they all just like huddle up around a pylon, right? You can't really do that as a Terran when you know there's Banelings in play.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Like, I don't know if that was, like, you know, always going to be the loss, just whatever, but getting away from his buildings did not help. He was an awful babysitter, really.
I would not let GuMiho watch my children. No, you are correct.
You know, they're burning. Damn.
GuMiho, you may not earn $5 an hour watching my child. But let's not forget, too, like, as crazy as that game was, it did come off the back end of a very failed 2-Rax, recovered into a weird Reaper opener. And, I don't know, I kind of feel like this is a map where if GuMiho wants to play mech, it's going to work out better for him. I think this is a map where he can play a lot more defensively thanks to the base layout. And the spawn locations aren't too bad either. Horizontals, I'd say, are not too bad on this map. Horizontal and cross. But when you get vertical spawns or spawns like down here, that's when it gets a little bit weird and a little bit fickle.
I would like to see him, like, abuse, okay, yeah, the natural. There you go. Yeah. You're on it. Yeah, but the just the very common opener, medevac drop, alien.
The reason, okay, so hear me out on this, right? Like, this is why I don't think they'll work on this map. You normally, we blanketly say, oh, these horizontal spawns are favorable to the Terran player in this position, but it's because Leenock actually goes for that heavier Mutalisk style, right? Because he's shown he's not that guy that passively plays with barely 10 Mutalisks. That's why I think it won't work, because he'll have map control, like he did for the most of that game.
Well, the attack I'm talking about hits way before mutas, so I don't know if mutas are really going to stop that.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm speaking generally here for the late game, but...
Yeah. The actual, I'm talking about the 6/8 Marine drop in Hellions, because even if, because I thought you were going to go along the lines of, like, he's going to expect it, so he's going to put a spire and a spine crawler there, and it's not going to do anything. And then I was going to counter with, well, the thing about the drop is that as long as you have the drop and they didn't go fast mutas, you can make it work anywhere. It just so happens that you are very close to their natural as well.
Well, taking the CC here in base. It wasn't exactly CC first, but not going to delay it for any sort of weird one-base shenanigans. Again, like, I don't know if GuMiho playing bio that game was even his choice. I really feel so strongly that was like a consequence of the situation. Because, once more, we've seen him play mech almost literally 100% of the time. Versus Life, versus Rogue, against many other great players that play Zerg.
Well, there was a series, I think, where he did go mech 3 out of 5 games, but 2 he went bio, and we were like, oh my god, GuMiho, you can, like, are you gonna lose out? I'm pretty sure it was GuMiho. But it's not like he's only going for mech nowadays. It's not like he's turned into a Villo of a Korean server.
No, but he's shown he's got a really good handle of it, I mean...
He does, but you gotta imagine that, like, just on his part, too, it's probably very taxing to play that style of mech that he does.
I don't know, man. I'm that dirty player. I play, like, even in my shitty, like, terrible low-rank games.
Oh, but do you play in a tournament where stamina is key? I mean, it's actually 9, not...
No, but I'm dirty enough to play, like, a 9-hour game if given the opportunity.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Thinking on this more, it might actually not make more sense for him to play mech on this map, because when we do see GuMiho play mech, he plays more to the style of trying to get battle cruisers and the air base out. And that usually comes with 4 bases, and Nimbus is not a 4-base friendly map, not for a Terran player.
Not like Deadwing, for sure.
No, Deadwing is so easy.
Yeah, very, very easy. And then it would come back to, I think, the whole, like, concept that Leenock is a muta player. But, it's actually still up in the air, but there's a muta player against the mech player. I think that last game was, like, just kind of, like... I don't think he went into that thinking, okay, I'm gonna go heavy mutas, because it's just a style that is just, you know, fallen out of favor, like, heavily. I think what happened was, like, he got the 15, 20 mutas, killed a 3rd CC, and was like, damn, this is working out really nicely, and just continued on with it.
That's very much a possibility, for sure. Gonna find a nice spot here to catch some of these lings, but these lings are ultimately gonna get cleaned up, and without getting too many worker kills, he actually gets another queen, which I rather enjoy. But, yeah, the worker, actually, he'll see the spire with this too.
Spire?
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't see
That's
the
nice.
spire, yeah.
That's a 2-base spire. I know this looks like a 3rd, guys, but there's no natural.
Actually, weirdly enough, though, he doesn't know that it's only 2 bases.
Exactly. That's kind of cool. Like, I remember back on Alter Zine, there used to be, like, you used to always talk about how you could kind of fake that you're not going for an all-in by taking the 3rd base, because they could never see if you actually took a 3rd base. So, you know, they're like, 2-base Baneling, no way, he took a 3rd. And you never actually knew. So, kind of the same thing here, but seeing that Spire just as fast as it was, he's got to know, I think, that there's not a 3rd base.
Yeah, I mean, 2-base mutas are definitely more common nowadays than they ever were, but still not exactly the go-to build out of most Zerg players. But
It's usually because you expect the player to either go for like the Banshee opener or they're a mech player. It's like where it's most effective against. It's not that it's going to lose out automatically against a bio player. It's just a little worse, and especially if they scouted.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those builds too that was kind of questionably coming out as a way to deal with Hellbats, but people started figuring out, you know, Bailings and Queen Control were way better. But okay, well, we're going to see this in action here in a moment. We'll see just how dedicated this goes. Now, this doesn't mean he's going to stay on 2 bases, guys. It's just that this is where the priority of minerals goes, so you can get out 9 Mutalisks as quick as possible, 5 Mutalisks as quick as possible. There's a game I cast recently, and I'm sorry, like I said, Sombergun I've been casting like 24/7 this month, so some of these mesh together. I don't remember if it was with you or Fenner or Namshar, but there's a game where Bly killed like 3 Thors straight in a row with like 10 Mutas. Just because they came out one at a time in the magic box. I mean, there's a lot of situations where low amounts of mutas can do a lot of damage, but with GuMiho going bio once again and not mech, and I mean, there's turrets everywhere. I can't see this getting away with too much.
Yeah, no, I really like that GuMiho did over kind of prepare with with the turrets. You know, first of all, you know, 2-base muta does have a way of like you know, you under prepare for it and they find all those reactors that you're not covering and all. Like, it's very pesky very quickly. And second of all, if you think that Leenock is going to go for that, you know, very harass-oriented, lots of muta style again, you're going to want a lot of turrets anyways as the game goes on, so it's good now.
So yeah, I mean, the big reveal, of course, of the mutas is kind of a big deal, but oh, the Widowmines, does he overseer see that? Okay, there we go.
Oh, that's 2 Widowmines then. That's kind of wasted.
Okay, that's a decent shot, though, on one of the mutas. Even killing just
no
one
longer
muta
wasted.
this early.
And he saves it. I don't know, there's no Banelings in that. I wouldn't go into that. There's a Widowmine right there. Oh dear God, Widowmine, don't go on the Marines. Okay.
I know, that's always the scariest thing. Terran players have been suffering the wrath of friendly fire lately, but some pretty good shots, some pretty good connects.
Yo, Leenock's dedicating to links. I mean, I know you said he's gonna get a 3rd, guys, but so far he has not gotten a 3rd. He's using all of his minerals to get lings. He really wants to try and catch GuMiho by surprise. You know, he moves out and gets completely surrounded.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is maybe...
okay.
This sounds so crazy, but maybe just he doesn't want to play the late game, right? But yeah, never mind, 3rd base comes down.
It is still so late, though. I mean, really. Okay, he's going to still try and do this, you know, I was talking about, get us around, surprise him with Banelings. I don't know if GuMiho's actually going to fall for it, and even if he does, even if this army gets cleaned up, he has really great production. There's 8 Marines at a time. Yeah,
I mean, the SimCity's pretty nice, too, so there's not going to be those really awful funnels that get the Marines stuck in the base. And, a lot of the Widowmines, you know, they survived that first engagement, so he's actually got these available for the Banelings. Oftentimes we do find our players a little bit, I'd say, lacking when it comes to the Widowmines here in the early game.
Yeah. GuMiho, I think, kind of feels that aggression is coming, so he stims 2 Marines. I love this choice to see what's going on just, you know, 10 feet in front of him. Because apparently, you know, Marines will carry binoculars.
Slow Banelings off of creep, so painful to watch. Widowmines... Oh, they still get good shots, and the Marines clean this up. Leenock's gonna tap out. He knows this was a weird strategy for him. GG. GuMiho will tie it up 1-1 with